and good day to you all. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Bravery Within. I'm your host, Sean G. Morris, and I wanted to say thank you so very much for taking a few minutes out of your day and listening to my podcast. I can't say thank you enough, mainly because I know there are thousands and thousands of podcasts that are out there. So for you to take a few minutes and listen to mine, it means all the world, and I want you to know that I'm completely honored. And again, I can't say thank you enough. So thank you for tuning in. I hope I'm not letting you down here with my episodes. So before we start on this episode called The Power of Food, I actually surprisingly got noticed in the convenience store this morning when I was on my way to work. Now, take into account, I've only been doing these podcasts now for about 4 days. So for anybody to even recognize me, it really actually caught me off guard at 6:30 in the morning. There's a gentleman there, and I told him I wouldn't reveal his name. So he wanted to let me know, because he recognized me from my picture on the Pandora website and stuff there, and then he tracked me back to my Facebook page. He's actually a local resident around here, and he has actually started down his own weight loss journey. And I congratulated him right away. I was really, really happy. But what he told me next kind of threw me off a little bit there, stuff there. He's down 14 pounds, and he was really, really discouraged because he said he's been working on it for 2 months. I let him know that 7 pounds a month there's nothing wrong with that. You're going the right direction. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. There's just so much ahead of you that when you hit your goal weight that you're trying to get to, the feeling of accomplishment is huge. Your body feels better. You're mentally better. You're physically, emotionally, everything's all better. He told me there that he was basically going to chuck the whole thing out the window until he actually heard my podcast last night when it first hit Pandora. So I told him thank you, and I said I'm deeply honored that I basically helped you go in the right direction. He likes everything about the podcast. He said it's actually very informative, and I said thank you, and I said I will continue not to let you down. Then I had to run off to work because basically I was almost late to work because I still had to drive to work there after picking up my breakfast, which y'all know I have 2 cheesy brats and a Mountain Dew for breakfast. So, and I know you're sitting out there. I can see you on the other side of the speaker. They're going, that confused look of, really? How are you losing weight? Trust me, it works. I've got the proof to show it. I got 200 pounds in my pocket there and stuff there to say, hey, I'm doing pretty darn good here. So I just wanted to let you know, thank you very much for the very nice words. I won't release his name or nothing. I promised him I wouldn't, and I won't. I got a couple other messages through the SeanGMorris@gmail.com website, or not website, but email and stuff there. People asking me a couple questions and stuff there about what my thoughts were with the podcast and where we're going and what they get to look forward to. So I just wanted to kind of remind you some of the things that we will be going through and stuff there. We'll be covering like the cost of eating better, taking the high road. I am going to kind of breach on some old-fashioned values down the road and stuff there, working out, past traumas, something that even I still need to continue to work on, and I'm trying to get that figured out. So I figure if I talk about it, that's going to help me, that's going to help you. I think we're going to be okay in the end. So that's just some of the ideas that I've got for the podcast. I still have a lot more that I plan on talking about and stuff there. So hang in there. Many more podcasts. I'm getting quite a few out right now and stuff there because I wanted you to get a feeling for the podcast and see if you're interested in it or not. We will be going down to just one a week here pretty soon. So I just basically give you something to do. I haven't figured out the date yet, but I figure my production manager, my son, and I will figure it out, and we'll release them once a week. I'm kind of toying with the idea of maybe having 2 podcasts a week, but I'll find out his thoughts on it, and then I'll get back to you. So now that we've kind of covered all kinds of different things already, and we haven't even started on the power of food yet, here we go. Today we're going to talk about the power of food. Food can be your friend and or your enemy. It all depends on how you look at it. This goes back to the mental thing that we're all fighting, we're all trying to keep control of and stuff there. So this is what I have kind of laid out for the podcast today. We're going to talk about the recommended daily amounts that you should be taking in. Remember, most everybody pretty much just factors off of a 2,000 calorie a day diet. And I know it varies between men and women, but that's just kind of the average and stuff they go by. I'm going to let you know what I eat in a normal day, and then looking at food from a positive point of view and not so negative. So with those three things that we're going to talk about, here we go. The recommended daily amount that you should be taking in. This, I did a little research on this before I started my weight loss and stuff to find out where I plunk in. They're saying that you should have somewhere around 2 cups of fruit per day, 2.5 cups of vegetables. I've already covered vegetables are my enemy, so that is a waste of time for me, but I hope it works for you. 3 cups of dairy per day, 6 ounces of grains per day, meats and beans, 6 ounces per day. Remember, I'm extremely protein heavy with my weight loss journey, so I blow that right out of the water. There's times that I have, basically 30 grams of protein right out of the shotgun per meal, just because it keeps me filled up. I feel better. I seem to be more cognitive, more mentally stable when I take in more proteins. So I try to take basically level it out with that. And of course, your sweets and your fats, your unhealthy ones there, they recommend that you don't take in any more of those as possible. What I try to do, since I don't do vegetables, I do fruits. I love bananas, I love grapes, I love strawberries, all kinds of those things there. But those are loaded with natural sugars, so you have to be really, really careful when you're actually going through your weight loss journey. Yes, they're good, and I'm not saying don't eat them or anything like that there, because I still eat them. I'm just real careful with them. I keep them somewhat limited on how much I take in. So be very, just basically keep your eyes on that stuff there and watch how much you take in. Like I said, I am all protein based for my weight loss journey and stuff there. So it all depends on where you feel comfortable. How are you doing energy wise? How are you doing mentally wise? That's all stuff that only you can say, because it's your body. I can give you guidelines, I can help you with it, and everything else. But really, when it all comes down to it, it really comes down to, what is your body telling you? What is it saying? Okay, can you do this? Can you do this? Or I don't feel good when I do this, or I don't feel good when I do that. So just be really careful, but that's what they recommend. So now, as I'm getting pretty good at it, I think there, and I've already been told that there, I think I'm going to blow your mind now, and I'm going to pretty much tell you down the road and stuff there what I eat, but it's not going to be anywhere near close to that. Since I consider vegetables the enemy, I try to make up with it a little bit there by eating chef salads and taking like a multivitamin and a muscle vitamin and stuff there. Now I can see the puzzled look already on the other thing. I just said there that vegetables are the enemy, and yet I eat a chef salad. The vegetables I can't stand are the broccoli, the cauliflower, the asparagus, the tomatoes. I'm done. I'm going to get hives because it's bothering me so bad. But I love a good chef salad because it's got protein in it. You got your eggs, you got your cheeses, you got your meats. When I make one up there, sometimes I'll put 3 or 4 different kinds of meats in there just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. I'm real careful with anything else that I've added to. I try to get like a nice mixed green when I have my chef salads. Basically, in the old days, I could drink ranch right out of the bottle. I still love ranch, but I have really cut it back. And I just have enough to put a light coating over it, and that's it, no more than that. But that's where I kind of get some of the good stuff there to keep me going, to keep the brain going, keep your sight going, hearing all better, basically staying cognitive to where you can still do problem solving things throughout the day. You can think ahead. You're projecting, okay, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need that. So you're thinking ahead and stuff. That's where the greens come in. And I can tell a difference when I don't take enough of those in. I feel real foggy, almost like my brain's wrapped up in a blanket. So then what I got to do is I got to go back and make sure I pick up some of my greens and some of my vegetables to help make up for it. So one thing, a place where I go to, and I have back in the beginning of my weight loss, because I honestly didn't know kind of what the guidelines are, and our wonderful government actually has some pretty good guidelines and stuff there to help you out, go through things. So if you were to basically go to the website is ods.od.nih.gov, and then /health information, and then /nutrient recommendations. There's actually a really, really cool area. They really got it broke down nice. I actually learned a few things going in there. So to me, when I question anything, or should I have this or should I have that, I'll head to that website and stuff there and check it out and just see, okay, what are they recommending? And then I kind of try to take what they're recommending and then what I'm doing, and then I try to come up with a happy medium in between everything, so that way I keep my body going. You just have to be really careful. Like with me, I'm always running so low on calories, it doesn't take much to throw me off. I have to be really, really careful. So if I start feeling myself kind of slump a little bit, a kind of power down, auger down, what I classify as bottoming out, you're out of energy, you're out of carbs, you're out of sugars, you're out of everything, then what I do is I go back and I try to have something just a little bit, maybe 50 or 100 calories or something like that, to bounce me back into the game again. And then typically the fogginess will clear, and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I get a little cranky and stuff there, because you get running so low and you're hungry part of the time and stuff. It does get old after a while. But one thing that I'm willing to go through is that, because I can see the results now in the mirror. It wasn't until, honestly, probably just a little under 2 weeks ago, that when I looked in the mirror, I actually saw the changes that I had been going through. Now, keep in mind, it's taken 15 months for my brain to finally catch up and say, wow, you have changed. One thing that I learned, I have a really, really good friend. She didn't want me to mention her name either, so I won't. She has went through the weight loss process as well, and she's lost 245 pounds. And one thing that she had to do before she started the process was that she had to go through and talk to a psychiatrist and stuff, and basically get mentally ready for the changes that she went through. And for her going through that, I have nothing but the utmost respect. She's incredible. The changes that she had to do to take that weight off and stuff there and help herself get through it there was incredible. I've learned so much from her. She's been quite an inspiration for me. And there are times where I don't understand why I'm doing something, or I feel a certain way, or my mind's working a certain way. So what I do is I bounce ideas off of her. And thank goodness that she went through those sessions essentially and talked to somebody there. They actually helped her through it. So when she ran into those obstacles and those speed bumps, she was able to get over them very, very easily. So she's been telling me about them, and at some point in one of the future podcasts, she is actually going to come on to the show and talk to you about all the steps that she's went through, the ups, the downs, the struggles. She's just absolutely incredible. She has so much strength. I've known her now for over a decade. I don't even know. I don't count that high how long I've known her. But she's part of my family, and I couldn't imagine have gone through this. My son has been an incredible cheerleader, and she has been right there with me all the way through it, helping me through learning about the muscle cramps and just the fogginess and the mental game that you play. And that's what I've been trying to work with you guys on and let you know about. It's a huge mental game. Like I said before, it's the mental fight of your life. I've actually, so you don't eat, you don't do this, you back off on that. But really, it's the mental game that will beat you in the end. Your body will do all kinds of things. It'll trick you into stuff there to try to make you, okay, I need those calories back. So if I do this, then he did that, and then I get my calories, and I'm happy again. Well, that thinking ended me 300 pounds overweight, so I stayed away from it. But at some point, like I said, she will be on the show, and I cannot wait to get her on the show to talk to you about and explain to you everything that we go through and stuff. Because when you do massive weight loss like this, it's a whole different ball game compared to just losing 20 pounds. I'm not saying that it's any easier. I'm not saying that it's any tougher. But when you do massive weight loss, your body does a lot more, and they consider that anything over 50 pounds. Some of you folks are really lucky because you're way smarter than I am, and you started taking the weight off before you got to where I am. And for that, kudos, nothing but respect for you. Props. You just very, very much impressed me. I wish I would have had the self-control at that time and that age to say, okay, you know what? No, I need to put down the double cheeseburger. But I didn't. I used it to eat my feelings and help myself through, and it got me to where I was 15 months ago. So by changing everything and learning, I am becoming a better person, hopefully a little bit better to be around. The one thing that I haven't covered, and I know I'm way off topic, I'm like over here in the stands when I should be on the pitcher's mound, that I haven't brought up is I have not actually stepped on a scale since I started. Everything that I'm using has been, and I will cover this in future podcasts, is I did a lot of research to try to figure out what is the best way to figure out how much weight you lost. Now, I had a beginning number from about 5 years ago when I went to the doctor. That's been the last time I've been to the doctor because those guys and I do not get along. Even though they're wonderful and they do their stuff, I just don't go, and which is not good. I know that. Go ahead, cha-ching, bad thing right into the bad column, and I admitted it right in the radio here, so I can't deny it now. But what I found at that point, my weight at that point was 515 pounds. I was getting really terrified because the nurse that was helping me, she was looking at me and looking at the weight, looking at me, looking at the weight, sliding it over further and a little further. She goes, we may have to take you up into what we actually use for really, really, really big people. And it scared the heck out of me. And I thought, okay, well, then what did I do? I went home and ate my feelings. So I worked towards a little bit closer to that scale. But I actually haven't stepped on a scale. The thing that I am using, there's two things that I'm using, and I'll get back on track here. I'm way off track. I'm sorry. The two things that I use is, as much as I hate looking in the mirror, I look in the mirror and see if I can see a change. It takes months and months and months for your mind to catch up before, and basically it has to be basically shocked into, oh, wow, you've made a change. And that happened for me just a couple weeks ago. And it's been so nice knowing that all my hard work and efforts are now starting to come to fruition. It's nice. I can actually see it. So what I do for using is I use how baggy is my shirt? How baggy is my pants? Are my socks falling off? Your feet actually shrink. I didn't think so, but your feet actually shrink in massive weight loss. My legs have thinned out. I can actually see muscle tone in them. My arms have thinned out. I can see muscle tone. My neck is thinner. My face is thinned out. I've been using all that, and I got on a website, and I will try to find the website again. But they say the old adage of for every inch of fat that you lose off your midsection and stuff there, it's only 8 pounds is what you've lost. But this new, and I have researched it, there's 3 different places that I found this. And they're now saying that because you don't just lose from your midsection, you lose from your arms, your neck, your legs, your feet, your face, everything. Everything slowly comes in together. Yes, we all want the flat tummy. We all want to look better and stuff there. But the sad part is it's your tummy that's last to go. I don't know who designed that, and I'd like to sure talk to them about it because I'd like to basically file a complaint. But what I learned is for every inch that comes off your midsection, off your tummy, is you actually lose between 16 and 18 pounds off of your off of your weight. I mean, that's how much you lose. And it is so incredible that it's like finally you understand, because you're not just losing from your tummy, you're losing from everything, which is great because that's why it takes so long to see it, is because your body is pulling that excess fat and energy from all kinds of different areas throughout the body. So just remember that when you're trying to go down the road. I haven't stepped on a scale, and I will not step on a scale until I get to where I feel, okay, I've lost enough. I can look in the mirror and I don't go, ugh. I feel comfortable in the clothes that I'm getting and stuff. So when I get to that point, then I will find out, and then I will get the official how much I lost, because that 5 years ago total, I know I was way over that. So my best estimates right now, when I started, I was somewhere between 550 and 575 pounds. Way, way too big. That's why I changed my life. So That's another podcast. I got to get back on track because I'm like way off here. I got to get back to the pitcher's mound. Another thing that I looked up and stuff, and before I started my weight loss journey, was some of the benefits of eating more protein, working more protein into your body, into your weight loss journey. And some of the reasons that I found was, of course, it reduces appetite and brings down your hunger levels, helps with the cravings and stuff there. It actually increases muscle mass and strength. That I can attest to. I mean, I like I said, I don't work out. I don't exercise. I don't anything like that. And yet my muscle tone is better than it has been in forever. I can actually see muscle tone. So it's good for your bones. Which helps, everything there, breakage and stuff there. Reduces cravings, which we talked about, late night snacking. It boosts your metabolism, and which increases your fat burning. That's why I'm so heavy on the protein, is because it does kick everything up. And it's incredible because you can feel a whole difference in your body. Takes a little bit, but not very long. It kicks in pretty fast. So one thing I've never had to worry about was high blood pressure, but I checked it anyway, and I'm right where I need it to be. But it does lower your blood pressure the more protein that you eat. It'll help maintain a healthy weight loss run at it, which is great for all of you out there since you want to try to drop a couple extra pounds. And one thing I did not know, it doesn't harm healthy kidneys. I found that kind of odd, and I thought, well, that's wonderful. I mean, diabetes runs really, really bad in my family. So I know firsthand, and I know of people that have to go on to dialysis and stuff there, and it is just very, very draining on them. It's really, really bad. So I was actually really happy to see that the kidneys are, unaffected through that whole thing. So the only thing that I had to basically change is I took in a lot of carbs. I was eating a lot of sugars. That there was the detox stage, as I think it's been called, but that's what I called it. For the first couple months was rough. It was just, there were days I didn't think I was going to make it. Not going to lie, it was tough. But once I got through it, it was fantastic. All those cravings, those urges, everything, they will subside. You just got to give your body time to detox and get it out of the system. You're going to have, that's why I had a couple cheat days and stuff there in the beginning to help me basically level my body back out and say, okay, I got to do this to help me get through. It was rough, but trust me, it actually does pay off in the end. So just push through it. You'll be fine. I know you're thinking right now that you probably want to reach through your speakers that you're listening to me through now and just wring my neck saying it's never going to get better. It does get better, trust me. It takes time, like I said, but you will get to that point and you will feel better. So just hang in there. Be strong, and don't be like me and stuff there where, okay, I'm going to just tap out and go eat that whole bag of Oreos. I love Oreos. They're my favorite. But I can't do it, so I have to be good. So I limit myself to just a couple, and that's all I have. So it will get better. Hang in there. Everything will turn around. It'll all start making sense, and you'll get to a point where it'll be like, okay, I don't need him quite so much anymore. It's great. Sean isn't so crazy as I thought he was. He's crazy, but not that crazy. So I'll hang on to it, and I'll keep pushing on. So one thing that I kind of have that's always ringing in the back of my head, and I wanted to share with you, so I'm hoping maybe it will help you a little bit. Just so you know, the excess weight that you have did not go on your body overnight. It took years to get this much excess fat and stuff there. Like me, it took 30 years. So the thing I have to remember is it's not going to come off overnight. Sure, everybody would like it. Sure, everybody would like to snap your fingers and, oop, bingo, I'm 110 pounds. It doesn't work that way. It would be nice if it worked that way, but it doesn't. So just know it will come off. It's just going to take time. And one thing that I've learned is I'm getting older, so it's getting harder to take that weight off, and it's taking a little bit more. One advantage that you guys have is you can probably exercise. You can go out for walks, you can go out for there. My joints are breaking down. It's just everything on me is falling apart. So I don't have that option of exercising, but maybe once I get my weight down further, I'll feel comfortable. And I thought about getting into the swimming pool, anything like that there to try to take the stress off the joints, but yet still work the body and get some goodness going for the heart and everything. But that's down the road when I feel comfortable. being, seen in public there with a wet shirt. I'll never be seen without one there. I'm just too self-conscious. That's just me. It's never going to happen. But maybe down the road stuff there that will work out. And it's one of the things that I'm hoping to do. It's further down the line, but I'm getting there, and I'm proud for the steps that I've taken and I continue to take. So I'll get there. Just like you will. I have no doubt in my mind. I have all the faith that you're going to get there as well. So we'll take the walk together. We're going to go down this trail together, and we'll get it figured out. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was my normal intake per day. Now, keep in mind, I gave you the recommended numbers and stuff there. What I'm going to do is probably blow your mind right about now to find out this is what I eat in a typical day. So you're going to look and go, how are you losing weight? How are you functioning? How are you alive? I'm not quite sure how that all works. Trust me, it works for me. It may not work for you, but you can take some of the things that I do and basically work it into your daily life, into your routine. If it helps you, please use it. If it doesn't help it, throw it out the window and try something else. So, but this is what I eat in a normal day. Like I said before I started my weight loss journey, I was taking somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 calories in per day, which is 4 times the recommended limit, and which is why my pants were 4 times the size that I needed to be. So overnight, when I went cold turkey on January 1st, 2022, I went down to 1,200 calories. Boom. And let me tell you what, my body was filing a divorce. It said, I am not going through this. You're not doing this to me. I don't know. You're off your rocker, buddy. You need to feed me. And it was a fight. It was a boxing match between my head and my body. Excuse me. My body saying, guess what? I need this. My brain says, no, we're gonna lose this weight and you're gonna slim down. So it was a constant boxing match. My normal daily intake and stuff doesn't fall within those recommendations of the government. Those are great recommendations. I think we need to have recommendations, and I'm not saying anything against them, but it doesn't work for me and everything that I'm trying to accomplish and move forward with. So just so you know, I run on a max calorie day of about 1,700 calories. I had to come up once I got the body jump started, and it started into, basically it's been called ketosis, where it will start burning the fat and start using it up because you're not taking in enough. It finally got started on it. So I keep myself around 1,700 calories. I found another website that I was on before I started, and my friend found it for me too, so then I went on and put in my height, my weight, and what I did, and blah, 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 eye color, and I think I had to put something in there about my future people in the past, and it was crazy. I had to provide a blood sample. It was just stupid. But what it found out is what I do, how big I am. I'm 6'3", and I'm supposed to take in on an average of about 3,200 calories per day. So if you take a look at that, that's 1,600 calories less per day that I run on. So you can see that I have no room, no margin for error running at 1,700. So I have to be really, really careful. If I'm going to be moving around a lot more in the shop during my job, if I got things at home I need to get done, I have to be really careful, and I will actually have to bounce up my calories by 100 or 2, but I never go over 2,000. I never do. It's the only time that I do is rarely on a Friday, but I try to make sure that I've got enough protein to make up for it. I do take in more protein that day because Friday is what we classify in my family as poker night. It's one of the things that helps me recharge, helps me de-stress. We all sit around, and on and on. That'll be another day. I'll come back to that here in another podcast. But this is a typical day when I'm, basically in the morning and stuff here when I get going. So for breakfast, I remember I get up at 4:15, so I don't actually have breakfast until about 20 to 7. So I run 2.5 hours before I even eat. I get a couple cheesy brats with hot dog buns. I only eat about 1.5 of the hot dog buns because where I work at and stuff there, I have little birds and stuff there that actually, they now have gotten used to me. I'll actually throw part of my buns at them there so they've got something to eat. So if you factor in that, the cheesy brats plus the little bit of carbs that I'm taking in is about 500 calories. And then I have my Mountain Dew to help with the migraines, with stress. And I'll be honest, if we had a zombie apocalypse, that's it, done. I'm Thelma and Louising it right off the cliff. I'm done. There's no way that I can make it. I don't want to live without Mountain Dew. I have found a way to work that into my weight loss program and stuff there, so I can utilize, still stay on track, but yet I still get my Mountain Dew. And like a can of Mountain Dew is 170 calories. I'm not going to tell you about the sugar intake, but that helps offset, so I don't eat many fruits and vegetables and stuff. They're kind of, it all throws together. Trust me, it works. It's working. Through the mid-morning and stuff there, I don't go to lunch till almost 12:30 before I get to actually eat. So there's still 6 hours in there that I've got to get through. My mornings are tougher because I'm really busy at work. So I have Honey Nut Cheerios that are on my desk, and I'll have some of that. I'll have like a cup of that, and that is 70 calories. The popcorn in the morning and stuff there, I get the Smart Pop. Fantastic pop. It's got cheese and stuff on it and stuff there. But that is very, very low in calories as well. So if I don't want the Honey Nut Cheerios, I'll have the popcorn. That also is 70 calories per cup. What a wonderful product. I love that. I love that product. Those people that come up with it, they're my heroes. They help me get through. But in the certain days where if that's it, I have nothing left. I have Nutri-Grain bars. Those run around 110, 120 calories, depending on the flavor that you get. And I'll have one of those to help me get through to lunch. At lunch, I normally have chicken, pork, steak, or hamburger, side salad or rice, typically for lunch, and that's normally floating around 400 calories. During the summer and stuff last year, that's all I ate was salads. And you're going, now, wait a minute, Sean. You said you don't like vegetables. I don't like vegetables, but I do like a good chef salad. So I made those, but I made sure that I was heavy on the protein and stuff there. That was what worked into the salad. No snacks in the afternoon until I get all the way to supper. And then my supper normally is about the same thing. Chicken, pork, steak, and hamburger. The sides are very low. There's some really, really, really cool sides and stuff there. And I will take pictures of them and get them on my website. That keeps the calories down, but the carbs down and everything else. But I need to have carbs because I really haven't taken any in for the day. So I make sure that I eat those and stuff there. And typically it's around 280 calories. And then I just have the meats and stuff there, and I call it good. Go ahead and laugh at this. I've had people laugh at this, and I understand and stuff there. I have to treat myself like I'm a little 3-year-old. I'm not going to lie, and you're going to understand here in just a minute why I said that. If I follow my weight loss journey plan all the way through the day, and I don't cheat, I don't derail, which is a lot easier now, so I rarely do it. But in the beginning, what I did is I had to basically trick myself. That's the word. I couldn't quite get there. Sorry about that. I had to trick myself into saying, you have to eat this if you want dessert. Yes, you can have dessert in your weight loss program. Don't let anybody tell you different. That's one thing I'm not giving up, and I'm not giving up my chocolate, and I'm not giving up my Mountain Dew. I'm just really smart about it now. I get from my local grocery store and stuff, I try to shop local as much as I absolutely can. And we have a very small little grocery store and stuff there, and they have Danishes. And you can cut it out, and a third of one of them, I get strawberry or raspberry, depends on what one I pick up or my son picks up. And they're about 170 calories. It's a little bit of sugar and stuff there that I need to continue on. It helps me get through the night so I don't snack and I don't have cravings. But that's how that's the mental aspect that I go through is if I'm a good boy, I get dessert at night. It sounds stupid. It sounds like, hello, are you 3 years old again? In my mind, sometimes I am. I gotta say, my mind works in funny ways. This is how I have tackled staying on track, how I have kept myself going right down the middle. If I know that I oops-a-daisy, I don't get dessert. And honestly, when I don't get dessert, it's like, aw, what did I do? And then I realize, okay, get back on track, don't mess up, and here we go again for the next day. I don't let previous days get to me. You got to just basically wash that off, move on. You can't basically keep drudging it up. You've got to let it go. This is a new day. Here we go. Try to get into that mode. I know it's easy to think, oh, well, I did it yesterday, or, oh man, they said I could have an extra burger, or I had a cheat day or whatever. That's in the past. Don't worry about it. Get yourself back on track and off and running again. Trust me, the more you do it, the better you will feel. Some of the other foods that I work into my daily allotment, I call it, I guess it works. I eat a lot of eggs, a lot of cheese. We have a wonderful meat processing plant here in town that makes these wonderful meat sticks. They're great for protein, so I get those. Fish. The people that know me are about ready. They probably just passed out because I said fish on my podcast. Yes, I am starting to eat fish. You couldn't run fast enough to give me that before, but I'm starting to eat it. I do take in some carbs such as noodles or rice. Some salads, chef salads are my favorite, which I've already covered. We've got some great low-calorie soups my son and I eat, and I've got one that I am going to put on Facebook. It is phenomenal. I found it online, and it's only like 220 calories per cup, but you'd swear it's homemade. Everything there takes 20 minutes, boop, done. It uses rotisserie chicken, my favoriteest food of all. It's wonderful. So then I make sure that I stay hydrated with lots and lots of water, and then I also use the Crystal Light mixes. My son uses the Mios. Anything to try to make sure that you keep the water and the fluids rolling through you. You got to stay hydrated, otherwise when you get dehydrated, everything starts shutting down again. So make sure you're taking in enough liquids to get yourself through the day. But that is what I eat. Tailor make it to however you want to. Like I said, if you're doing like the special plans that you can go to the store and you can get on those programs and stuff there, and they feel that that's how you want to do it, then you go right on ahead. Whatever it takes to help you get through your weight loss journey, you go ahead and do it. This is the way that I chose to do it. I didn't want any help from any of those plans, any of the diet plans and stuff there. I didn't want to buy their special meals. I didn't want to have things shipped in, mainly because I wanted to do it myself, and I took the money that I would have spent on that and I put it into the food so I can buy better food. That's why I did that, and why I lose weight the way I'm losing it. So we're running, kind of starting to run light on time here. So another thing, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is looking at food from a positive point of view. Some of the benefits that I've learned from eating better is I honestly believe I've extended my lifespan a little bit there, because you're not taking in all the bad stuff. You're not basically derailing everything and making your body work harder. I actually feel better, so I think it's helped. It helps keep skin, teeth, and eyes healthy. I have noticed a difference in my skin and my eyes. I actually see better. I actually used to need glasses while I looked at the computer monitors and worked throughout the day. After I started my weight loss, I didn't need them anymore. I have asked 3 opticians, and I have talked to many nurses. None of them has said, your eye vision gets better because you go on a diet. They all say it's not possible. Absolutely not possible. I don't know how it did it. I don't understand why, but I see clear as a bell. It's weird. I don't even use my glasses. They sit in the case down in my desk drawer, and that's where they stay. So it's weird, but it works. Healthy, it supports your muscles. That's one good thing. Of course, we all need good muscles. It boosts your immunity. Lord knows we have gone through so much in the past 3 years. Anything you can do for your immune system, that's what you absolutely want to do. Strengthens bones. We've talked about that. One thing that's good for you, that was a really another good reason why I did it. It lowers the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and some cancers. I have an amazing friend that I work with. His name's Kevin. I hope he doesn't get mad. I guess I can bleep this later if necessary. But he is a cancer survivor, and he is such an inspiration to me. He is incredible. The man is a workaholic. He drives 2 hours a day for work there and back and stuff there to come in. He takes care of his family, helps. His son is with him, his daughter-in-law, his grandchildren. He is amazing. He has a wonderful wife. I have been so blessed to be part of their family and stuff there and be invited into their home and stuff there. They're incredible, and I'm hoping he said he's going to be on the show sometime. I don't know when, but I'm hoping that he'll be able to talk to us about his cancer treatments and stuff there and the road he went down. I know what he's went through. I've been through it there step by step. The man's incredible. He's an inspiration to me, and I think you're going to enjoy hearing his story. Helps the digestive system function. Everything I can tell when I eat like more greasy foods or anything like that there. So I have to be real careful with, that stuff. So I stay away from it. And actually, this healthy eating has actually helped me out all the way across the board. So I honestly did not think I would feel as good as what I do. I didn't think, my son still goes into shock when I walk down the health food aisle. And I got to be honest, same here. I used to see that and I ran for the X one. There was like, where's my ho-hos? Where's my cookies? I got to have my chocolate chip cookies. I got to have my lemon meringue pie. Where's all of this stuff here? I still have that stuff, but it's just on a very limited basis. And once you start down this road, everybody would tell me and stuff there, well, it will, you won't eat it as much. And I used to look and I go, you are so full of it. And now I have to take those words back because it's like, oh, they were right. I hate that. But it's good all the way around. That's some of the benefits there. I've also noticed that by doing that, my depression has gotten better. I don't have as much problem with that there and stuff there. So I sleep better. I still don't sleep real great, I'll be honest, but I do sleep a little bit better. It's just, I honestly didn't think eating healthy is going to be such a basically benefit. I've gotten so much more out of it. I still, day by day, I'm actually blown away with how eating better actually makes you feel, how I can work, how I can, play, have fun, be there for my family. It blows me away. There's times I'm a little bit quicker on my feet because there's everybody that I work with, well, most everybody that I work with down there, they're awesome. As soon as I walk through the shop, we start trading barbs or we start telling jokes or whatever it is. It's awesome. I love working with the people down there. They're a lot of fun. And that all helps. The mental acuity has gotten better. So there's days that it's like my brain's still wrapped up in a fog because I run too low, but I am getting better at that to learn, okay, this is the limit I need to be at. I need to balance out here. I need to do this a little bit more. And I'm learning because I'm listening to my body and I'm not fighting it anymore. I'm actually going with the flow. I'm not paddling upstream. I'm actually listening to my body. So I'm doing so many more things than I ever thought that I would do. It's been crazy. I mean, I've learned things about myself. It's like I didn't know I could do this, or I didn't know this was that good. But I'm still working on some of the things that I used to eat. They don't taste good anymore. I actually had to quit eating them. I tried. It was a couple months after I started. I actually tried some M&Ms because I love M&Ms, and they just didn't taste the same. And it's like, okay, well, that kind of turned me off of those, which breaks my heart because I put them in cookies, I put them in brownies, I put them in everything, and now I can't do that anymore. I miss those. But it's a small price to pay for feeling better and knowing that I'm going the right way and spending more time with my son and my family. So I just, if that's a small price to pay, then I guess I have to. But I'm still trying to, like I said, I am a work in progress myself. I'm going through this just basically, okay, well, here we are. I'm just a Taurus. I'm stubborn and I'm just pushing through. That's what I'm going to do. Make sure, one thing that I can recommend to you is make sure you always have some healthy, very quick and grabby snacks that are good for you. I try to keep cheese around, meat sticks, different things like that there and stuff there. So that way when I do get that craving, I go for the healthier option compared to going for the chips or the crackers or anything like that. I don't even buy them and put them in the house anymore just because it's too much of a temptation. So if I keep them away, then I seem to do just a little bit better. While you're going down the road and stuff there and you're learning all this stuff and you're eating better, one thing that I want you to kind of think about a little bit here before I end the podcast is relieving the stress and the negativity out of your body. If you keep that in your body, this is the negative side of eating good, is your depression's going to kick up. You're going to eat more. You're going to eat the bad stuff. Your body's going to react by not feeling good. You may have trouble with either your sight, your tummy's not going to work right. There's so many different things. And what that does is basically then that turns into, okay, now I feel guilty because I ate this, and now I'm going to go eat another couple double cheeseburgers to try to make myself feel better. Keep in mind, that's just a bad road that you're going to head down. That's like walking down a dark alley there in some big scary city, and you know that no good's going to come out of it. So keep yourself on the right track. And I'll do everything I can to try to help keep you on the right track. But one thing that I do, there's actually a few things here that I do that when I feel the negativity, I could feel the stress coming on, and I need to detoxify from that. I'll go to the park. I'll just sit there on a picnic bench. Sometimes I just sit in the truck and have a snack, or just sometimes sit there and just watch people walk by and wonder what their lives are like. What do they do? I watch them walk with their pups. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to get to meet the pups. I love talking with them and saying hi to them and stuff. Or I'll go for drives in the hills, or if you got mountains, go for the mountains, or if you live in the desert or the plains, go for a drive a little bit. I love to roll the windows down. Of course, I do it during the winter, and everybody thinks I'm nuts, but I roll the windows down, crank the stereo, and put in some good 80s music and roll down the road. You'd be surprised at how it's very, very cheap therapy. I do that a lot there to try to help keep myself on the right track. I'll sit on the deck, watch the vehicles go by and stuff there. Sometimes if I'm lucky, friends over, we'll just sit and talk. I love going to a good restaurant with my family and friends. That's our Friday night deal. We do it every Friday night there. We don't miss. Have a wonderful family, so I look forward to it. Sitting by the lake, that's another good thing. Sitting by the creek or sitting by the river or anything like that with water. Water is very rejuvenating, so that's one thing that you might want to keep in mind as you're going through to get rid of the stress and negativity. The more positive you keep on this whole journey and stuff there, the better off you're going to be. I can't stress that enough. Every time you turn around, if you start feeling yourself slip a little bit, listen to one of my podcasts. I will do everything in my power to try to keep the positivity going. As you probably have heard, my little puppy Willow is barking at something out the window, so I'm going to end the podcast before she goes into a raging bark fit. Just so you know, never ever doubt. You have got this. I believe in you, so you can believe in yourself. Positive thoughts will help you get through the day, but just always remember you got this. You're going to be at the finish line. You're going to have the smiles. You're going to be able to run around and raise your pom-poms high in the air, and you're going to go, yay, I did it. And just know that you've earned every pound you took off and every step of the way. Be proud of it. Don't sell yourself short on that there. Keep it positive and keep it moving forward. Just remember, you got this. I believe in you. You got this. So I'm going to end it this, and as always, I'm going to end it with my dad joke of the day. So get ready to groan. Here's another one. It's my recommendation you shouldn't take your first date to a bowling alley. I would really hate to see you strike out. All my love and support, guys. Keep it up there. Sean.